Fuck.
Greetings, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and all you other beautiful cryptids out there, and welcome to Scrubhaus Video Club Live. I am your host, Cat, but you can call me Audrey because we're friends. And with me, as always, is...
Hi, I'm Skunk Rocker. See,
with us, as always, is Hi.
I have a shirt.
I too am wearing clothing.
But see, I'm wearing a shirt with a skunk on it that watches movies. You're wearing a shirt on it with children who are going to die.
Yeah.
Or are dying. I can't remember.
They are currently dying.
I was about to say, is that the one that has, it has the kids in front of the TV, right? Yeah. That's the one from Fright Rags.
I got a couple of them from Fright Rags.
Fright Rags is a good fucking site. I need to get more shit from.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay. Shit. I don't even know how to start the show off this week. I really don't. I mean, you want to bullshit a little or get right into the heavy shit?
I really don't care either way.
Well, all right. Well, I'll go ahead and say what tonight's topic is. Tonight's topic is holdups. And this is going to be a multi-part series. Because there are so many films that we watched when we were kids. Some of them
younger. I won't say kids. I'll say younger.
Younger, yeah.
Because at least one of mine I was a teenager for.
And we haven't watched them in a really long time. You know? The question is, do they hold up?
Yeah, and these are specifically going to be like films that we liked. Like that we remember liking as a kid.
Yeah.
As whenever we were younger. And we're just going to be taking a look in. We're going to talk about them, bring up some points about them possibly, because they're movies, and we like to talk about movies. And, set ourselves up some homework. Right?
Wait. We might watch. We're definitely going to be watching a lot of these films.
Yes.
Right. What we might do, we might even give each other films that we remember liking as kids or as younger people, and give the other person that movie. You go watch this, and you come back and tell me what. We're gonna play around with it. We want to know if these movies that we're nostalgic about truly hold up. Now, One of my biggest problems is that usually if I have a nostalgic love for a film, I'm gonna watch it over and over and over again. Like I'm.
You don't have to love these movies. These are just movies that you remember liking as a kid. Yeah. You just kind of.
And I've got a few in the back of my head that I remember liking that as a kid, but I haven't watched it since, or in a really long time. So I'm rather curious.
Exactly.
How that's going to go. But I'll tell you the first one that's off the top of my head. We've talked about it in Scrubhaus before, not here on the show, but in the actual chat room.
Okay.
Because it came up on a list. And it was a gnome named Gnome.
A gnome named Gnome. When did Gnome named Gnome come out?
I don't know. But me and my sister would quote that movie we'd quote the one scene. We quote the one scene.
Okay.
It's like, you're a gnome? Yeah, I'm a gnome. It's pronounced gnome. No, it's not. And
it came out in 1990.
We loved that film when I was me and my sister were kids. We loved that film. I don't know if it's any good now. I have no idea. You like stupid stuff when you were a kid.
That's true. I might have some of that on my list. Now it's actually very interesting to find out that that movie was actually directed by Stan Winston.
I mean, I'm not surprised by that, you know. I'm not surprised by that at all because it is a very, it's a very effects driven film.
I mean, given this was only the second movie he made, it's weird that he made a gnome named Gnome, hot off the heels of fucking Pumpkinhead.
Oh, well,
This is one of those happy feet
he's like,
situations.
yeah, I was about to say I was exactly where I was going to go with that. It's like Happy Feet, you know. The dude does one of the most beloved children's films of all time. He's also the guy that did Mad Max, which literally has a scene where a dude is running away, blood coming out of his asshole.
Yeah.
He got raped in the ass, and his girlfriend stole it from him.
And this guy went on to make Happy Feet.
Exactly. A movie about dancing penguins.
Sure.
Tap dancing penguins.
Absolutely.
But no, I'm really interested in seeing a gnome named Norm again. A gnome named Norm again, because it's got Anthony Michael Hall, I love Anthony Michael Hall. He's a great actor. It's also got Jerry Orbach, and anybody who's watched Law and Order loves Jerry Orbach. He's great. You also got Claudia Christensen, who's hilarious. It's a Robert Zadar movie. Everybody knows how much we love Robert Zadar. Robert Zadar's in our fucking intro now because that happened because we were like, okay, we got to get rid of 6ix9ine. That dude sucks. And also Audrey was like, we need Robert Zadar in the intro, and I was like, God damn it, yes we do. We love Robert Zadar.
Yeah, Robert Zadar is amazing. He has the best face in show business. As Mythos says here, they're back.
This is the thing, Mythos though. I thought though, Mythos, darling, I thought that you were a fan of, or I thought your bae was Vincent Price, who was going to be our subject for watching Video Club this week.
Yeah, I mean, Vincent Price is a very handsome man. That's yeah.
He's very good looking. And by the way, we can't see your comments. I was thinking about, I was looking up a gnome named Norm because I was like, I don't remember. I literally remember that one scene. I don't even remember Anthony Michael Hall was a cop in that movie.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that movie.
So, so hi, Dan. I want to say hi to you. And I also want to say hi to Amber, because Amber is also here. A
movie of mine from whenever I was a kid, that I did enjoy. I remember it came out. I was probably like, I was 12. I was 12 when this movie came out. And I remember quite enjoying it, and that was Carpool with Tom Arnold. And it ended up on a list, and we didn't end up actually watching it.
I remember it being on the list.
Yes.
I don't, because what were we doing that night? Were we doing?
I don't remember. But I think it and Big Bully were both on the list, which we thought was funny because we had 2 Tom Arnold movies that we were able to slip into a vote because they had like subject matters somehow.
Well, no. Big Bully we had Big Bully on the list because it was the speckled guy.
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis. Who the hell is Rick Moranis? No, we had Carpool. I think wasn't Carpool when we did. Carpool was when we did that stupid criminals night. I think.
It could have been. It could have been. Yes, because that was the whole premise of Carpool. Is Tom Arnold is like the dumbest criminal in the world, and I remember thinking it was hilarious. I haven't seen it since I was young, so I think that's my first one. It's just Carpool from 1996, starring Tom Arnold and David Paymer. I've
got a similar one, and I've also tried to put it on a list in Scrubhaus. We never could. Nobody voted for. No, it got voted for, but you couldn't get a copy of it for some reason. We couldn't find it anywhere. We were searching everywhere we possibly could to try to find a copy of this movie. We just could not find it. It got to the point I was scouring dollar bins at gas stations and shit, trying to find Held Up.
Held Up, yes, with Jamie Foxx.
I could not find that movie to save my life. It might be on YouTube. I might have to watch, or Amazon Prime or something.
It might be.
I'll have to watch it that way because we could not find it anywhere.
I'll put it on your part of the list. I'm keeping a list for you too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Held Up is a movie that I remember loving as a kid, but I never got to watch it again after that. And it was because it's got a great premise. Very similar. It's about a stupid criminal. It's about 3 stupid criminals actually, who it's also about stupid cops, which is great too. The stupid criminals are, I don't even remember why they for some reason they hold up a gas station. That's not their intent. It just happens that way that they're holding up this gas
Such
station.
as life. That happens, right? You don't mean to, and the next thing you know, you're robbing the 7-Eleven. Like it just sometimes.
Exactly. And so poor Jamie Foxx is stuck inside of this gas station. His girlfriend has left him. His car's been stolen. He's stuck inside the gas station trying to get help, right? And then these 3 criminals start robbing the gas station, and everybody's trapped inside. There's cops surrounding the building. 2 of the criminals get away, and it's just him and the other criminal, and he's trying to help defuse the situation. And it's really funny because the cops, for some reason, think he's Mike Tyson. He's not Mike Tyson, but they're freaking out because they think it's Mike Tyson. And the one criminal, man, he's just, there's something about it, like I don't remember what it is. They're like trying to get home for a funeral or something. It's something weird where it's like, it turns out that they're not actually criminals or something. They're criminals, but they weren't actually breaking the law. Like it's all a big misunderstanding or something. And it's got such weird scenes. Like at one point, a kid in the middle of this hostage situation gets hungry and puts a hot dog in the microwave. Then he turns the microwave on for like 20 minutes and forgets about it. And then the hot dog explodes and the microwave blows up and they all start shooting and shit. And Jamie Foxx thinks he's been shot, but instead he just has a Dorito in his face. It's like implanted into his face and they got to do surgery on it. It's a really weird fucking movie. Dan quoted another great film about robberies. Oh, good old Racing Arizona. I'll take this pack of Huggies. The contents of the register.
Yep, I quite like that when I was younger as well. But I have seen that recently, and it absolutely holds up.
I haven't. You might want to put that on my list. I haven't seen it, but I do understand that movie holds up. I mean, it's a very quotable, lovable movie.
Actually, the movie that is playing behind me is a movie that I liked whenever I was a kid that holds up, but in different ways than it should hold up.
Or what is it? Land Before Time?
It's Mac and Me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Mac and Me holds up and how terrible it is.
Like bad. It's so ridiculously bad. Especially when you get to the end of the ending of that movie is so
I want the sequel of Mac and Me.
Where's the sequel? Where's the sequel where they start learning how to, because they're barely speaking English at the end of the movie.
They like wobble around like some weirdos. I have no idea what that was.
It'd be like Octodad, man. It'd be the Octodad movie.
So my second one, because Mac and Me was just a one-off there. A movie that I've always considered like a horror movie, but kind of like a kid's horror movie, The Gate.
The Gate?
The Gate.
Is that a kid's horror? I always thought that was like a serious horror film.
It's like a PG-13 horror flick.
Really?
I've always considered it like kind of a kid-friendly horror film.
I thought it was more hardcore than that.
No, it's not. I don't remember it being super hardcore. I did like some hardcore stuff back then, but like I remember really, really liking it. Like the kid plays like the record backwards, and then you get like the little rubber men, like the little rubber demon dudes. Like The Gate was something I quite liked whenever I was younger. But I always liked little rubber men, like little monsters and stuff like that. I've gremlins,
little monsters.
Critters, little monsters. I mean, not really as much as little monsters. But,
I've seen that. That's one of the ones that would have got on my list if we didn't watch it in Scrubhaus and see it a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
Howie Mandel in that movie. Oh, he was being tortured the entire time, having all that makeup on his face and stuff. He hated that. But
it's weird how prominent Howie Mandel was to our childhoods.
he did it for the role too. Like he was like, this is such a good movie. I will suffer the indignity of having this makeup all over my face, even though I'm super OCD, literally just to experience, just to make this film. And then he got to say such great lines. It's like, over the shoulder boulder holder. Like, yeah.
Shortly around that time, he also got to have the cushiest job on the planet, which was to voice Gizmo. So, cushiest job, pretty hard job. They kind of level themselves out.
Yeah, you know, and he also came back to voice Gizmo and Gremlins too. And then he did Bobby's World.
Yes, he did. That was all based on his idea. Bobby's World was like his cartoon.
Well, Bobby was a character he did on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so which when he did Bobby on stage, it was a lot filthier because he would talk about his penis and shit. It's very weird. Howie Mandel's a weird fucking cat.
Yep, he used to blow balloons or gloves.
No, he always had rubber gloves with him because of his OCD. He put a rubber glove over his head and he'd blow it up with his nose, and it would fill up, you know. And now here's the problem with that, though. He did that so much, and he had to use so much power. He actually started bursting capillaries in his face. That's why he doesn't do it anymore, because he started bleeding. Like he would do it, and then he would take the mask off, and blood would just pouring out of his face. And it'd freak the audience out. It would freak him out, so he had to stop doing it.
I just looked back and watched the scene happen.
No, is it the
wheelchair off of the mountain? It's the Paul Rudd scene. That was nice.
Thank you, Paul Rudd. Thank you, everybody. Let's give a clap to Paul Rudd. Thank you so much. Hi, Dakota. Dakota's here.
All right, you got another one there, skunkers.
What?
Do you have another one?
What? I have another one?
Do you have another one? Another movie?
Oh, do I have another one? I thought you were saying you have another one. I was like, are you picking something for me? Aliens for Breakfast. The TV movie is a TV movie. It's based on the children's book. I read the book as a kid and I loved it. The movie, you're going to love this, Audrey. You specifically will love this. The good alien of the film is played by Sinbad. And it's a made-for-TV kids movie. I
was a fan of Sinbad whenever I was younger.
I
actually don't remember Aliens for Breakfast at all.
It's a weird fucking movie. It's based, like I said, it's based off of a children's, it's like a children's short story. It's not a novel, but they expanded it into a full-blown, hour and a half movie or something. It might only be an hour. I have no idea. But it's, here's the plot synopsis according to IMDb. Kids get cereal for breakfast. Breakfast has alien toy. Toy is alive. Adventure occurs. Happy ending. The end.
That's weird.
I remember loving this movie when I was a kid and just never fucking watched it. I haven't seen it.
Dan, are you talking about The Serpent and the Rainbow?
That's Serpent and the Rainbow, yes. Serpent and the Rainbow. Very good film.
Wes Craven movie about the zombie creating medicine powder. Yep.
I'll go ahead and put the quote up. Yeah, it's that is Serpent and the Rainbow, which we didn't watch that on Wes Craven night when we did a Wes Craven night in honor of his memory when he passed away, but it was on the list. And later after the show, I ended up watching all 5 movies just because I'm bummed that I never got to meet Wes Craven before he passed away. I need to hurry up and meet Robert Englund before he fucking passes away. God damn it.
I need to meet Don Coscarelli before he passes away.
He's a really nice dude. He's the nicest fucking guy in the world, Audrey. You're gonna love Don when you meet him.
That's because it's like so many of my heroes have already.
Meet Mike and Reggie too, if you can. They're also
I really want to meet specifically Reggie Bannister. Like, you've seen the beginning of the show.
Reggie is the sweetest. He's the sweetest man in the world. He really is.
That's because I missed out meeting Toby and Gunner,
all 3 of them. All 3 of those guys. When I finally was able to come back with the money and was finally able to purchase a copy of, I bought the special edition copy of Phantasm on DVD so I could get it signed by them. Mm-hmm. They were like, "Oh man, it's just too bad Angus had to go to bed, man. We're so sorry, but you'll catch him next time." And then he died like a month later. I was like, fuck me. Bullshit.
The reason that Angus needed to go to bed.
Yeah.
So
he was. I mean, he was up there in that age, man. He was just about. They had just finished when I remember they had just finished doing the principal photography on part 1 of what ended up becoming Ravager, and then he passed away before they could do part 2.
Yeah, I know that Ravager had to massively change because of his passing. Not to mention the fact that like Dawn didn't really make it. It was more like a fan-made project.
But Don was a producer. It was a friend of his that came up with the idea. Originally, Ravager was going to be a web TV series. It was a web-based series. It would be like 6 episodes. And they got part 1 done, and then they went, fuck. Right? Because part 1 was done, right? And then Angus passed away. They had to do like part 2, and then they just expanded part 2 into the rest of the fucking movie. So that's what happened. That's him. And then they included, there's a 3rd part to that they made, but that wasn't part of the plan. That part wasn't supposed to happen. The weird world that they
like
3 worlds in there. They do the whole alternate whatever. Fuck it. That movie's weird. I love that movie.
It is very odd. So I guess my next one coming up would be one that I was literally obsessed with as a kid. 3 Ninjas.
Did we watch that recently?
I did not watch 3 Ninjas. We've watched Surf Ninjas before. But 3 Ninjas, no.
I'm thinking about Surf Ninjas, and I looked up stuff from 3 Ninjas recently because I was sending pictures of the 3 Ninjas, the masks, the Oni masks.
Yes.
Or not Oni masks, they wear kabuki masks. And I was sending them to people being all like, look at these fucking masks. You should wear something like this in the ring. Yeah, send it out to wrestlers and shit for ideas.
You should just be Victor Wong.
Hey, if you could be somebody, Victor Wong's not a bad choice. I'd like to be Victor Wong. I like to just sit around and smoke
hold on now.
Fucking stink eye all the time. That'd be great.
I see something in chat, and I just got to ask, Mythos, what did you hate about Surf Ninjas? Surf Ninjas has everything. Surf Ninjas has Ernie Reyes Jr. and Ernie Reyes Sr. and Tone Loc and Rob Schneider.
I was about to say, it's probably Rob Schneider.
But one of my favorite jokes in that movie is the fact that he got...
No. Mythos is interrupting you. All right, Mythos, finish your statement. Type it out quickly because we're stalling. This is the one with the Hypno and Sidar. What?
Pocket Ninjas. Pocket Ninjas is the one with Zadar.
Is that the one with the clown?
Yes.
You hated the one with the clown? The clown was awesome.
Okay, Pocket Ninjas is like considered one of the worst movies ever made. So like I get that. Like Pocket Ninjas is literally on IMDb. It's a very hated movie. So I definitely get that. But 3 Ninjas was different. 3 Ninjas, I remember like it spawned that whole ninja kids subgenre thing, or it was the biggest film of it. And it led to several sequels, one of which has Hulk Hogan in it. And I know that movie is terrible because I have seen that movie pseudo recently. But the original 3 Ninjas, I haven't gone back and watched it since I was a kid. But again, I was obsessed with ninjas back then. And so, of course, 3 Ninjas would have been my jam. But I mean, I like Pocket Ninjas back then. I liked Godfrey Ho movies. I watched a lot of those whenever I was a kid. I just really like ninjas. And I was super into that stuff. So it's just, I'm not going back and watched it.
Well, I have another one.
Okay.
That I'd like to bring up that I watched. I watched it as a kid, and I remember really liking it and thinking that today it's got to be bad. It has to be bad, but I think I'd give it another watch. And it's Fern Gully.
Fern Gully. Ah, yes. Good old Proto Avatar.
It's gotta be so fucking bad. Yeah, exactly. Instead of Dances with Wolves, it's Dances with Fairies. Um, but I do want to see it again. I remember the pollution monster, and there was the two adversaries. There's the pollution monster,
Oh yeah.
and then there was the mining company or the forestry company trying to cut down
Yes.
the spray paint on the trees, and the trees being like, no chemicals. And there was they put too much into that movie. I felt like thinking about it now because you also had the bat that had like the genetic experiments being done on him or whatever. So he had like the fucking radio in his head.
Yeah, you had a really good cast in that movie too. It's funny that you brought that up because if I'm not mistaken, Tone Loc was also in that movie.
Was Tone Loc in that movie?
Yes, I'm pretty sure Tone Loc was also one of the voices. But Hexus, who was the pollution monster you're talking about, was Tim Curry.
Tone Loc is in this movie. Yeah, Tone Loc, Cheech and Chong are both in the film.
Robin Williams, Tim Curry.
Robin Williams was Batty. Yeah. Jonathan Ward was in it. Who was also in Mac and Me. There you go. It all comes full circle.
It all comes back to Mac and Me.
Yeah, it's Mac and Me, Robert Zadar, and Wes Craven. That's our three things that we held on to dear. If we we need a sequel to Mac and Me directed by Wes Craven starring Robert Zadar. That's what we need.
That's okay. First off, may Wes Craven and Robert Zadar both rest in peace. Let's not dig them up to make
Let's not dig them up to make a Mac and Me sequel.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You like Reanimator.
Yeah, I do. Jeffrey Combs is a very, very nice person.
You saw the tweet, right? The Barbara Crampton tweet.
Oh, yes.
That was fucking hilarious. It was sad, but it was really hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Did you recently see Lucy Lawless, sorry, fucking scorn Kevin Sorbo?
Oh God, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, there's a tweet exchange there too.
That's
good
great
stuff.
What else you got, pal?
Flight of the Navigator. I was actually talking to Mike about this earlier today. You remember Flight of the Navigator?
I barely, but it popped a movie into my head that I wasn't going to bring up, and now you've mentioned it, I will.
Okay.
So
I might also have. Yeah.
They might be thinking of the same movie I'm thinking of. Go ahead and talk about Flight of the Navigator, then I'll bring up my film.
Yeah, okay.
I think you know what movie I'm thinking of.
I mean, there could be one or two movies that you're thinking of there, one of which is on my list and one of which isn't, because I've seen it recently. But Flight of the Navigator was, it's like this kid finds a spaceship and like just goes on this adventure. And I don't remember much about the film except that I really liked it. I remember what the ship looked like. I remember like the interior of the ship being all chrome with this weird like arm thing that came down with an eyeball kind of.
Yeah, it reminded me of the fucking garbage creature in Star Wars.
Yeah, like
mechanical.
And I get it mixed up with one other specific movie, so that might also be the movie that you're talking about. I don't know.
Is the movie you're thinking of Explorers?
Yes, it is on my list.
That is the movie I'm thinking of. I haven't
that
seen
is
Explorers.
The movie I get it mixed up with.
We had it on a list once and it didn't win. But what I love about Explorers, and I would like to see it again to see if it holds up, is that one of the kids is a big fucking nerd.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he's the glasses wearing, owns a fucking Commodore 64 or like a Trash 80 or something nerd. And he builds this fucking spaceship with it. Right? He basically builds a fucking I'm like, holy shit, that's amazing. This is awesome. Because I was a kid and I was like, wouldn't it be fucking cool if you could just make like a fucking bubble and just travel the fucking stars? That'd be great. There's some Galaxy Quest shit. Hell yeah.
Yep.
I want to do that shit. I want to be a nerd ass fucking kid who uses a computer to make a fucking force field and travel through space. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, see, I get it and Flight of the Navigator mixed up. all the time, to the point that I need to watch them both again. That's why they were both on the list. Another movie that I used to get mixed up in there, but not really, was The Last Starfighter.
That's what I was thinking. The other one you were going to say was The Last Starfighter.
But The Last Starfighter is a movie that I've seen a lot and I love, and just...
And it's also has nothing to do.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with any of it. It just is
It's not about kids flying through space. It's about a dude who plays video games.
Yeah, it's like that episode of Clerks, the animated series with the pyramid. Pharaoh, yeah.
I got a high score on Pharaoh.
You get the high score on Windjammers, and you have to be like a fucking frisbee soccer player for the rest of your life.
Just imagine if you had the NES version of roller games and you were really fucking good at it, and you got the high score, and then all of a sudden some guy showed up at your door. He was all like, "You get to play rollerball. This is James Can. We're gonna do the version from the '70s, not the fucking bullshit LL Cool J, Slipknot, and fucking Paul Heyman version." I don't even remember. I named 3 people that weren't the star of that fucking film.
Kevin Kline, Chris Klein.
Kevin Kline. Yes, Kevin Kline. Kevin Kline was the star of the new fucking rollerball. Kevin Kline. Jesus fuck.
Chris Klein?
Oh my god, I don't think it's Chris Klein either. Fuck me. It might have been. I don't think
Klein. Yeah, it was.
Is it Chris Klein?
Yep.
Okay. Kevin Kline though, dude. No. Kevin Kline's an Oscar-winning actor. He's not going to be in the fucking Rollerball remake.
James Caan was an Oscar-winning actor, and he was in Rollerball.
He was in the original, though. That was a good movie.
Yeah, that's true. Are you telling me that LL Cool J has never won an award?
He
shocking.
Hasn't won an Oscar.
Very shocking.
He might have won a Grammy or like a Kids' Choice Awards on Nickelodeon. I have no fucking clue.
Next movie for me, since you went into Explorers.
Yeah, Explorers is great. No, I don't know if it's great. I don't know if it holds up. I want to see it again.
Pinocchio's Revenge.
I'm glad we're on the same wavelength because I was about to switch to horror films too.
Mm-hmm. So Pinocchio's Revenge is a movie that I was obsessed with. All of the shitty like direct-to-video, like fairy tale horror movies, and I was gonna put Rumpelstiltskin on there, but I don't think I liked Rumpelstiltskin. I think I was making fun of Rumpelstiltskin a lot, and that's why it sticks in my head.
I do want to know if Rumpelstiltskin holds up now. I haven't thought about that movie in years, but no, let me not holds up. I want to give it a second chance because I didn't like the first fucking time I watched. It's stupid. It's like, oh man, you ripped off Leprechaun. I think they came out around the same time too.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think all of those were put out by Apex, the people who put out the Jack Frost movies and the Uncle Sam movie. I think they were all released by Apex, and I remember liking Pinocchio's Revenge. I remember it being creepy to me when I was a kid. And I'm going to go ahead and definitely give that one another shot.
All right. All right, follow me on this. Because here's the thing. I am like 900% certain. I'm 900% certain this doesn't count. I haven't seen it in a really long time, right? But at the same exact time, I'm like, I'm so certain that this movie was that good that there's no possible way it could have been a bad film. But it was one of the ones I thought of, and it's Arachnophobia.
Yeah, Arachnophobia holds up. I can say
I'm like 900% certain Arachnophobia holds up. It has to. It was that good of a movie. It had fucking everybody in it. So I'm not going to... I do want to point out that I thought about Arachnophobia. I do want to point that out.
Everyone thinks that Arachnophobia is a good movie. I cannot watch Arachnophobia, but it is a good movie.
I can't. Spiders are cute.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, but like after I see it, I always like encounter a giant spider somewhere. Like it's just the curse of Arachnophobia. I don't want to have to deal with that.
The reason why I brought it up was because I'm looking at horror films from the 90s because I was like, there's got to be a horror movie I watched when I was a kid that I just don't remember whether or not I liked it, or if I did like it, whether or not it holds up, right? And Arachnophobia came up, and I was like, that one kind of counts, but at the same exact time, I know it holds up, so it doesn't count. I'll tell you one that I just thought of, though. The Good Son.
I haven't thought about that movie in a long time. That's the one with Macaulay Culkin as like the adopted kid and something about a treehouse.
Macaulay, no, well, yeah, there is a treehouse. There is a treehouse scene. There's a bunch of scenes. Macaulay Culkin is I always get these terms mixed up. I'm not a psychologist, so I apologize. I hope I don't offend anybody. He's either a sociopath or a psychopath. He literally acts only on impulse. He has no. It's not that he doesn't have a moral compass. He just his body just goes, nope. I'm gonna do what I think. I'm just gonna do what my body tells me to do right here, right now. No, just full on impulse. No, he knows he knows the difference between right and wrong. He just doesn't care. But I don't know which one that is. I think that's psychopath. But I hope I don't offend anybody. I have no idea. I'm not a psychologist. But that's his whole entire thing, right? He the one kid is like about to, I think it's Elijah Wood in that movie. He's about to fall out of the treehouse or whatever, and Macaulay Culkin's just like, I don't know. You think you can fly? And the kid's like, no. Like, don't do what you're about to do, sort of thing. I remember that movie being terrifying when I was a kid. I'd like to see it again, just to see.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about that movie in a really long time. I'm looking through this list of like 90s horror films, and I'm like, I either haven't seen it at all ever in my one of these is like, no, I think I've seen all of these. Okay, I found one movie I've never seen that I'm just like, most of these I've seen, and I just think I'm like, I either liked it or I didn't like it, and I know that they either hold up or they don't, right? Like, I'll give you an example of a movie that I mean, right? I haven't seen Mimic in a really long time.
Yeah, Mimic is fine.
I know Mimic holds up. On the other hand, I just found a movie I haven't seen in for fucking ever, and now I'm very curious if it holds up. But you go ahead, because it's your turn now.
Sometimes they come back.
Oh, that's actually a really good choice, because I don't know. I've seen it recently. And I love that movie, and I still think it holds up.
See, I remember me and my mom really liking it, and like we watched it several times.
That's one I want you to watch because I want to know what you think. It's a very weird movie because it's got Tim Matheson in it as the teacher and the kid who used to get bullied. It's also got Robert Russler in it, who. I love Robert Russler. And the other kids in the movie that play the Greasers are really good too. Robert Russler's just a fucking badass, man. He played Grady in Nightmare.
Yeah, I know.
And in this movie, he's just
It's just been so long since I've seen it. I remember sociopath doesn't realize there's right or wrong. Psychopath knows but doesn't care.
That's what Dan said. Yeah, I read that and I was like, I trust Dan's. I trust Dan's knowledge of the subject. But I didn't. I was just gonna read that and not bring it up.
Fair enough.
But
if Dan is wrong, then
you're co-host. You know, we're co-hosts together. Not one of us is in charge of this thing. I'm just in charge of clicking buttons.
If Dan is wrong, then the comments on whatever can say that Dan was wrong. It's fine. There could be a.
I don't think Dan is wrong. I just didn't want to.
That sounds right.
It's a sensitive subject talking about
mental disabilities.
I want to change the subject now because I've written into an uncomfortable place.
Yeah, but sometimes they come back. I remember there's Greasers. I remember something about murder. Or there's something that's like they get back, and
it's got a great commentary in it too about the way things were in the 60s versus the way things are in the 90s. And I think that's very important to point out. This movie takes place in the 60s. The beginning of the movie, the flashback scenes, the pre-scenes begin in the 1960s. and it's this group of psychopaths, right? Okay, but when they flash forward to the 90s, now you have, okay, the world is a different place in the 90s. These characters aren't acting they're acting like it's still the evil characters are still acting like it's the 1960s. It's the other characters, the other kids in the class are 90s kids, and there's a weird dichotomy there, and it's a really great character study. I think that's a fantastic movie. I think you're going to love it. But I want you to watch it again and give me your honest opinion. Don't listen to me.
Now, I will say another thing that I know about the movies is that I enjoy the titles of their sequels because they sound so bad.
Oh, God, these sequels are terrible.
Sometimes they come back again, and sometimes they come back for more. That's like some fucking like Larry Cohen shit. I think that.
Have you ever read? No. Have you ever read the short story? Sometimes they come back.
Yes, I remember reading that whenever I was younger. Yes.
That's the weird part about sometimes they come back again. Sometimes they come back again ends the way the short story did.
Oh.
Because the movie doesn't end that way.
Yeah.
And that's really weird. But the rest of the movie. Sometimes they come back again is closer to Trick or Treat than it is fucking.
Okay.
Sometimes they come back. It's closer to Slumber Party Massacre 2.
Doesn't make much sense. Just
doesn't make much sense, and it's just about hard rock and greasers. And
like Grease 2.
Rock and roll.
Like Grease 2 with the big lighters.
Grease 2 was a weird fucking movie too.
Grease 2 sucked.
Oh, God, it did.
Grease 2 couldn't hold up for me as a kid because whenever I was a kid and I watched Grease 2, I was like, fuck Grease 2.
You want to know how bad Grease 2 is? If you want to know how bad, do you want to know? Do you really want to know? Only 3 returning characters, and 2 of them you didn't like in the first place. That's how bad Grease 2 is. The only returning character that's any good is the one chick from the Pink Ladies, the beauty school dropout.
Yeah.
She's the only good character in that movie. And she's basically the main character of that movie because Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta had careers.
Because of Grease.
Yep. All right, I got one for you. This is one that I said I was looking up 90s horror films. And I haven't seen it in years, and I'm very curious, actually. Wolf.
Wolf with Jack Nicholson?
Yeah. The one where Jack Nicholson's a werewolf. I remember liking it when I was a kid. I don't remember what it is. I have no idea if it's any good or not.
I just remember that Jack Nicholson was a werewolf.
Exactly.
And I know that the VHS covers, if you own 2 of them, you can stick them together because there were 2 different releases. And you can have one Jack Nicholson face or one whatever the female lead's face.
I got another one on this list too that I looked at. I thought for a minute, like, do I remember that movie? And I was like, yeah, I remember that movie. And I'm gonna bring it up real quick. It's not one that don't put it on the list. I don't really give a shit if it's good or not. I don't really fucking care. The Arrival. The only thing I remember about that movie is the fucking when they talk shit to the alien when they figure out who the alien is. Spoiler alert: there's an alien hiding among them. When they figure out the alien is, they talk shit to him, and they're basically like shooing him away like he's a bad dog. The alien turns away to run, and his fucking legs go all digigrade and bend backwards. And I remember watching that and going, "Oh my God, what the fuck?" The movie wasn't good. I just remember that scene and being like, "Holy shit, I didn't expect that."
There's so many movies called The Arrival that I have no idea which movie you're talking about.
The one from the 90s.
There's 2 of them from the 90s.
I mean, it's the one I was just looking at a second ago.
There's one from 96 and one from 91.
It's the one from, let me find it and click on it again. It's the one from
with John Saxon in it? Oh, okay.
It's the one from 96.
All right, so not the one with John Saxon.
No. It's there's a scene. The scene at the end of the movie where dude's fucking leg bends backwards, and it's just like, holy fucking shit, because you don't expect it to happen. It's literally the good twist of the movie is literally just that guy's legs twisting backwards. It's the only good twist in that movie. Everything else you can see kind of coming a mile away, except that. It's a very weird fucking movie. Okay. I didn't like it when I watched it, so it's not one that I like want to rewatch. I just remember that one scene and being like, holy shit, you know. Here's a review. from Kim Newman of Empire said it's not a masterpiece, but it's a decent rental.
Ah.
So that tells you everything you need to know.
So my next one, I know is a cult film. And it was a cult film even when we watched it whenever I was younger. I had really liked it. I haven't watched it as an adult, and I have no idea how I exactly feel about the adventures of Buckaroo Banzai across the 8th dimension. But I did quite enjoy it as a kid.
That's a weird one because I know a lot of people love that. A lot of people still love that movie. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I absolutely need to watch it again. It's been a long time. Whenever I was a kid, I quite liked it. I do believe that movie specifically is the reason that I started to really like Clancy Brown. That and Pet Sematary 2, I think.
Pet Sematary 2.
Yeah.
That's the answer. That's why everybody loves Clancy Brown. There's been another shit too.
There's been a lot of Clancy Brown has been in everything you love. Wouldn't be surprised to find out that he's actually just Robert Zadar in a mask or something.
He had to retire the character after so many years because it's like I'm getting too old to play the big chin guy. But no, like my that was my first introduction to Clancy Brown was Pet Sematary 2. But I tell you, the movie that really impacted me as to like Clancy Brown's a fucking actor. Like he's a serious, don't take any shit, will do any role and fucking do it right actor. With Shawshank Redemption, where he played Hadley, like that.
Yeah.
He's got a great line in that movie where he's threatening one of the prisoners, and he's just all like, "You're gonna look really funny sucking my dick with no fucking teeth." And I was like, "Holy shit! Oh, whoa! It's like a big dick in a locker room. Whoa, somebody's here." That was a terrifying role that he played. Clancy Brown's a fucking badass. Up there with Robert Russler as far as guys I like that like scare the shit out of me, but I still like them.
We have a comment from Scrubhaus Video Club on Facebook, so I'm assuming that's plastic.
I don't know. Was it you?
It was
because
not
they're
me.
talking about Clancy Brown.
No, it's not me.
I gotta assume that's plastic.
That seems like a plastic thing to say.
It definitely, yeah. That was weird. Hi, plastic. If you're watching, I don't know why you're.
Hi, Scrubhaus Video Club.
I don't know why
whichever admin.
Commenting as Scrubhaus Video. There's 4 admins, and Mythos is watching. There, it could be Mythos.
It could be.
But it's Mythos seen Highland. Not even going down this path. I want to bring up a movie I haven't seen in a really long time.
I only have one more, so
I don't. That means I should come up with 2 more because you started this.
No, you started this.
Did I start? What did I start with?
A gnome named Gnome.
Oh, okay. So I did start it. Okay, so this will be my last one then. You're right. The Rock.
Oh, with Nick Cage?
Nick Cage and it's Nick Cage and Sean Connery. It's a Michael Bay film. I know that.
Yeah.
I remember liking it as a kid. I don't know if I'd like it now. I don't know, because I'm sure it's still a dumb take out your brain action film, but at the same exact time, like, does the movie hold up? Because it's a shitty Michael Bay film. It's got to be dumb as fuck. If I watch that,
Bad Boys 1 holds up, so maybe.
Yeah, you're right. It's got Nicolas Cage, Sean Connery. They're both enjoyable to watch. I'm just wondering if I'm going to be halfway through that movie and go, this is fucking stupid. You know, like, I don't know. I just don't know about The Rock.
I mean, definitely, I would say give that movie a watch again. I liked it. That's why I think that I will tell people that Michael Bay can make a good movie. I've seen good Michael Bay movies. It's just few and
I would
far
say
between.
Bad Boys is the good Michael Bay movie. But
absolutely.
Wait, did Michael Bay do Broken Arrow? I like Broken Arrow too.
I don't know. Come up with one more because you're right. I did some counting. Unless you want me to do my last one and then you come up with more.
Okay, wait. Did you? Who started the? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't fucking care. I might have missed one for all I know. Like
Broken Arrow was John Woo, by the way. I think he did miss one because I think I did start out with Gnome named Norm, but no, because I said no because at the very beginning of this I said it's your idea. You start.
Okay.
Okay, so you do one more and then I'll do one more. I'll finish it off.
All right. So mine actually quote and it's Ready to Rumble, David Arquette. I was like 14 whenever it came out. I watched it a lot. I like WCW. WCW was fucking terrible, but I like WCW. I had bad taste. What can I say? You can't escape your fate. But I quite enjoyed Ready to Rumble. I will quote it every now and then. That's how many times I watch it. Yeah, my name's Sal Banditi. You want to wrestle?
Well, I can tell you for a fact. Like all of us in wrestling, that we all quote that movie.
Yeah. But that's what I'm. It's one of the movies that I want to sit down and watch soon and get that ingest that again. But literally, that's my list. So you got one more? Then
I got it too. I got it. Because we watched the first one, we know the first one holds up. The question is, does the second one hold up? Short Circuit 2.
Oh, God.
I want to know Short Circuit 2 holds up. With Michael McKean, Fisher Stevens, and of course,
Los Lobos.
Johnny Five. Los Lobos kick your ass. Los Lobos kick your face. Los Lobos kick your balls into outer space. Yep. Johnny Five.
I think it's Los Locos, actually. Yeah, it's Los Locos.
Johnny Five. I will scrub out your processor with soap.
There's one where he gets the punk look at one point.
Look at the end of the movie and races to stop the bad guys at the end of the movie with its punk look to the song "Holding Out for a Hero" by Bonnie Tyler. That's where I heard that song. Fuck Flashdance.
And they couldn't get the Goot back.
I don't even know what the hell that means. Oh,
Steve
Gutenberg.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think it's Goot, like just the Goot. They were looking for the Goot, like I said, it was they're looking for the Geck. That's a Short Circuit 3. Johnny Five has to go out into the wasteland and find the Geck. It's hidden in Vault 81. Oh man, do you have any news?
I have just a little tiny bit.
I have one little piece of news. That's it.
Okay.
So I tell you what, let's knock out the news and then we'll do questions. We'll do this backwards from now on. We'll do news and then questions.
Sure.
So we're going to do news now. My tiny little bit of news. The company Shueisha, which I know, they own DBZ now, and they also own a bunch of other stuff, JoJo and One Piece and Naruto and shit like that. They don't own them; they're a publishing company for them, Shueisha, right? They started issuing a buck ton of copyright strikes out of nowhere, right? And it's really weird that they suddenly started issuing all these copyright strikes, and everybody's freaking out because, oh my God, why is Shueisha coming after us for all these copyright strikes, right? Turns out, here's the truth of the matter. It was one guy. It was one dude, and he was doing it so that he could harass some chick on the internet.
Wow.
Yep. He issued the other copyright strikes literally just as a smoke screen, but was mostly going after her Twitter account.
Wow.
Yeah. So Shueisha is apparently still cool. And that's a good thing because we need more cool companies that aren't trying to copyright. They're trying to copyright strike everybody for just showing love to their favorite
exactly.
stuff. If you shit on people for loving their favorite media, that's why we can't show clips from movies on this show, because we'll get fucking shut down. We'll get fucking shut down, and our fucking feed will die, and we won't be able to do anything about it. These companies are assholes. Fucking yep. Warner Brothers and Sony. I'm looking directly at you, and Disney too. Y'all can go fuck yourselves. But Shueisha apparently is still fucking cool with it. So it just turned out to be one dick bag on the internet being a fucker and fuck that guy for being an asshole.
All right. Well, and some more news. Ray Santiago, known for playing Pablo in Ash vs. Evil Dead, will be reprising his role as Pablo in the Evil Dead video game and will be a playable character, which is really good because it's showing that they're showing attention to detail in the Evil Dead universe, and it feels like they're going to be pulling everyone. I expect that Lucy Lawless's character might become playable at some point as well. Hi, Boat.
I'm going to. So, do you have any other news?
I do.
Can you put up? Can you talk about news for like the next few minutes? I apologize to everybody. There's no way I'm going to be able to make it to the end of the show at this point. I've drank a lot of beer and I gotta pee again.
Yeah, you go do your thing.
All right, I'm gonna go do my thing. Audrey, I'm gonna put you full screen and you have fun. I'll be right back.
All right. So up next with our news, John Carpenter has a new album that's coming out on February 5th. This album is known as Lost Themes 3, Alive After Death. So this is John Carpenter. It's all new tracks. We have what the track listing is. And he just essentially has arranged all new John Carpenter music. Looking into it, it appears that it's going to be a pretty awesome album. And there is a new song that is out. And they have even animated a music video for it. It's really cool. It's really creepy. The name of the song is Alive After Death. So, yeah, that is currently a thing that's happening. As well as words that should never be put together in a sentence. Those words are Eli Roth's Borderlands movie. But anyway, yes, Eli Roth's Borderlands movie is actually about to start shooting in Hungary. And so the Borderlands movie is actually happening. It's actually being directed by Eli Roth. It's okay. You came back for the bad news, but you missed the John Carpenter news.
What's John Carpenter news? Tell me.
New album comes out on February 5th. Song is out, and there's a really awesome animated music video for it.
Cool. John Carpenter's music is awesome. I like Lost Themes too because it was a bunch of covers of his old shit. And
this is all new music. This is all new synthwave.
That's what Lost Themes 1 was.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't wait for Lost Themes 3. And Lost Themes 2, though, when he did his cover of the Christine theme, he based it off of the original demo version of the theme, which was awesome. Because he didn't have to do that. He could have just done the classic theme. But instead, he did the one with the guitars and the fucking reverb. And he had a delay pedal on that.
We've got like 3 minutes, so we should go ahead and open this up.
I took a piss, and I feel really bad about that. We're going to let the show go a little longer. So, yes, it is time for questions from the audience. If you guys have any questions for us, you guys, gals, and non-binary pals, if you got any questions for us, please hit us with the questions. We will answer anything. Butt Soup says, I'm watching you.
I was also called Grime Time, so that is somebody from my past. So it's probably...
Oh, somebody who knows you personally.
Maybe my brother, possibly.
Could be. Yeah. But yeah, we'll take questions. Any questions you guys have. In the meantime, me and Audrey are just going to talk about whatever until somebody asks the question.
Yeah. I mean, we just got a few more minutes. So.
Well, I mean, like I said, if people have questions, I'll go longer. But if they don't, we'll end it on time.
Yeah, so whenever it comes down to it, we just need to figure out how we're going to watch these movies. Like, if we want to do a thing where we hand them out to each other, we'll figure that out later and figure out what we're doing. But the thing is we're going to end up watching these movies, so you'll be able to like pop in and every show or every other show or something like that. Every now and then we might have an update on what we think of these films, little mini reviews, if you will.
Basically, Basically, I think we'll do it as an every other show thing. We're not going to do it right away. We'll come up with something different for next week. Which, Audrey, you're still supposed to put me in a compromising position.
Like the back seat of a Volkswagen?
This is why you and I are such good friends, because I thought the same thing after I said it. I was like the back seat of a Volkswagen. And I didn't say anything, and then you said it, and I was like, oh, thank Fuck, we're on the same wavelength. That was funny. No, I mean you're supposed to give me some kind of game to play.
Oh yeah, that'll happen at some point, for sure.
So I don't know if you want to do that next week or not.
We'll figure it out.
Oh man, this is Wii shit. But Super Quests, we watched This House Possessed, which I don't know what that is. I don't know what year that came out. Scrubhaus generally deals with things that are 10 years or older.
This House
and
Possessed,
also,
I just looked it up, 1981.
Also, Butt Soup did say ding ding, by the way. I think we called it that it was your brother. But if you want to watch a movie, if you want to suggest a movie that we watch, you can always join our Discord server. You join our Discord server. Link is in the video description for this video. If you click on that link, you can join our Discord and help us vote on movies that we watch. We watch stuff every Friday. Also, support us on Patreon. We do have a Patreon up. If you donate to the Patreon, you're supposed to get things. I don't remember exactly.
We're working on those things. No, you don't have
to. Just
things.
Yeah, one of the things you get is you're in the credits for the show. So that's the only thing. Right now.
Speaking of credits for the show,
do we have any questions?
It doesn't look like we do. It looks like we're good.
Your brother has a mouse in his pocket.
That's, I mean, sometimes I have a Wocket in my pocket.
Do you remember when that fucking dude was reading Wocket in my pocket in that fucking rap beat?
Yep.
That was fucking amazing. That was one of my favorite things. Turning Dr. Seuss into a rap beat is awesome. Well, if nobody has any questions, I think it's just time to end the show.
All right, everybody. Well, we want to thank you for tuning in. Remember, you can always check out our website at www.scrubhaus.com.
If you look at the description, we have our website, we have our YouTube, our Instagram, our Twitch, our Facebook, our Twitter account that we never use for anything except for letting you know when we post new pictures on Instagram, our Discord, our Patreon, and a bunch of other crap. Just click on all of it. Love us on everything.
Become one of us. We're a fucking club.
Join the Discord. We're a club.
We're a club.
Just don't be a dick. That's our only
part of this club.
It's one of our rules.
You also cannot be in the Burger King's Kids Club.
You also cannot. You also cannot. You're not allowed to talk about that guy, the weird Republican rock star who shoots things. You cannot talk about that guy. I'm not going to say his name. But you know who I'm talking about.
It rhymes with Red Puget.
Except we can talk about the Wango Tango because I like that song. I don't like him, but I like the Wango Tango. And no vor either. Do not eat me. Even if I tell you eat me, do not eat me.
It's not literal.
He did a few more. What?
Yeah, the rapping over the Dr. Seuss thing.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. No. Yes, Dakota. They're on the. Dakota is on the precipice of knowing about memes. Anyway, good night, everybody.
Finger guns.
I got a PBR. I got a PBR with weird art on it. Look at that. I don't know. It's at
end the show. End it.
I kind of want to show off the PBR though. All right.